And then I met my husband, Jean-Marc, and he was the president of the co-op, but he knew everything about vineyards. So just sort of to have this little tiny vineyard and to have somebody who knows everything about the vines, it was just seemed natural and logical to actually try and make some wine from that first vineyard. And that's what we did in 2009. In 2009, we made our first vintage of Domaine Jones. And then it just increased from there. It was old vines. I bought the vineyard before I met Jean-Marc, and I didn't know a thing about vines. I just walked into that vineyard, looked at the view, and just thought, this is totally amazing. It's a view over the Cathal Castle of Caribous. I looked at the soils, and there was like no earth. It was just rocks. It's like a black schist, and the vines were 80 years old. And I just thought, well, I've read it somewhere that's the ingredients you need. And that was it. That was the first one. So then I met Jean-Marc. We started to make wine from that vineyard, and it worked. And so then we basically slowly bought up other old vineyards. So I kept that same recipe, that it's only old vines. So the vineyards that I've bought for Domaine Jones, they're between 45-year-old and 110-year-old vines. Wow, right. And today I have 15. We've just bought another one, having said we're not going to buy any more. We just bought one more. So 15 tiny little.
They're all kind of dotted around, aren't they? They're yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the tea towel? Or not?
You created your own little Burgundy, haven't you? You've got that little slots.
It is, Richard. It's exactly that, because I was doing a tasting once in Switzerland, and I was actually next to a Burgundy producer, and he said to me, "Oh, you're in the Languedoc. You've got massive big vines." And I said, we actually talked about it, and I said, actually, my vines are smaller than yours, and the production is actually smaller than your vines in Burgundy. He was like, whoa. And so from that, I got this map drawn by Tim Bulmer, a great artist, of my vineyards. So there is a map that exists just showing how small my little vineyards are. I've got my 15 vineyards cover 12 hectares. So they are minute, and it totally is the Burgundy idea.